Once Human is shaping up to be my favorite game of 2024, so I wanted to give 5 different tips on what you should be doing whenever you're first starting out the game. This is going to be going over combat, deviants, things that you need to be grabbing in the world itself, and just some good quality of life things that are just going to make your entire experience a little bit better. So let's jump right on in. First and foremost, it's going to be your base placement. So you are going to be able to create your own base throughout the game, and it's going to have essentially a fast travel mechanic for it. Whenever you are out in the main world, if you have too much gear on you at that point in time and you need to go drop it off at your base, you can simply just open up your map and go back to your base through a simple fast travel. Now, do you note though, whenever you do this, it is going to create a timer on it for a cooldown. So you can't just go back to your base, travel somewhere else, and then immediately go back to your base. So one of the biggest things is finding a good spot for your base so that you're able to take advantage of multiple fast travel points at once. One of the biggest things for that is going to be placing yourself near a fast travel antenna that's just going to be throughout the world on its own. You can also put yourself closer to one of the hub world spots, but personally, I think one of these smaller ones is going to be the best option possible, just because it allows you to kind of go into those, more open areas throughout the map where you're going to be able to take advantage a lot more of the different crafting materials that are going to be around you and these smaller little camps and whatnot that you're going to be getting a lot of your gear from. This might seem like a kind of a no-brainer, but it is actually insanely useful, especially whenever you're, again, kind of going between the main hub world to go to one of the little shops or something like that right after a big fight. You are going to notice yourself being like, oh my gosh, I don't actually have the charge up for this. I'm going to have to hop on my motorcycle or car to drive to said spot, which isn't really that big of a deal. But if you're wanting to be as efficient as possible, putting yourself next to one of those fast travel antennas is going to be really crucial. At number 4, it is clearing all the cars while you're on the road. So you are able to get access to a motorcycle very early on in the game. So obviously that is going to be a big part of your traversal of the entire game. Now, do you know, obviously motorcycles do require fuel so that you're able to drive them around. And you are able to create different, fuel stations with your Memantics and everything like that. But at the same time, it's a little bit easier just to go to one of the sidecars that are just on the road broken down and clear those out for not only fuel, but also materials as well. These materials are going to be absolutely crucial for you whenever you are doing different crafting, setting up your base, getting all different materials, because as you are progressing through the world, obviously the different pieces that you're going to be getting from these cars are going to increase in level, increase in rarity, I should actually say. So being able to just simply drive by a car, pick the trunk of it real fast, and be able to get some of those materials easy without having to go fight a bunch of enemies to collect that is really nice. You can genuinely benefit from just going around these cars and collecting materials as much as you can from going to one of those little camps and clearing them out. So maybe sometimes consider just taking a quick little drive around for about 5 or 10 minutes, clearing as many cars in the area around you, and go back, dismantle all those parts to find yourself having a whole lot more of those coveted materials that you're going to need to progress through the game. At number 3, it's going to be the wish machine. Now, this is known as the gotcha machine in all of the pre-betas and everything like that. A lot of people were kind of back and forth on this just because of the fact that it required this, specific in-game currency for you able to re-roll and attempt to get new blueprints for you to have those better weapons and everything in it. Well, they've actually changed it with the actual launch of the game. There is no pay-to-win currency with this. You are able to get that star chrome, that's what the currency is known as, pretty easily throughout the world from just doing your basic journey materials, doing different side quests and stuff like that, doing the refinery and everything involved with that, doing the seasonal activity. Again, it's all free based things that you don't have to put any money into. But at the same time, re-rolling something a bunch of different times just to try to get the weapon that you want and having it be RNG at random can be a little bit frustrating. Well, they actually have added a part of the game now where you're able to just purchase those blueprints with your Starcrum at a higher price. This was something that I really wish they had in all of the other betas, because I would have been able just to save up all my Starcrum instead of re-rolling it 100 times hoping that I was going to get the weapon I want, being able to just outright buy it now. So keep that in mind. The main tip here is maybe consider not re-rolling for that random thing that you're wanting, and instead saving up your Starcrum so that you're able to just outright buy the weapon that you want. And number two, it's going to be whenever you go into silos, making sure you are clearing that secret room. Now, the secret room is essentially going to be something where you're going to have to get like a specific key card or find a certain door on the side and make your way through to then find this, paranormal like room. Where you're going to do a certain task to then have a chance to not only get some just like fun extra loot, but also get a chance to get a specific deviant. These are going to be one of the best spots to farm for specific deviants. Each one of the silos should have that. They had them all in the previous betas, so it was really nice to be able to just kind of go into one and farm it like 5 or 10 times to try to find that one specific deviant that I really wanted. Now, do note that if whenever you're in the secret room, it doesn't pop up immediately for you, it means that you did not get that deviant. But whenever you finish the silo, you do have the chance to go through the entire thing. Now, whenever you're going through the entire thing, it won't have all of the rewards throughout the map like it had before for you to get all the materials, but you are able to then, still go into that secret room and make that attempt at getting that deviant one more time. This is something that I just really, really enjoyed whenever they, kind of like updated the game from having everything be like those small little vials to being the actual like PAL deviants themselves, because it adds a, kind of entire aspect of the looter shooterness that this game is really trying to portray now. It's just really fun just to be able to, kind of like go roll through, get some good XP from those silos as well, but also have a chance at getting this exclusive little character that's going to help me along my journey. Now, number one, it is going to be about those deviants and how you should be, kind of paying attention to them in general. Deviants are going to be a big backbone of your entire play because each of them are going to provide you something a little bit different. You have combat deviants, you have territory deviants, and then you have gadget deviants. Obviously, combat ones are going to help you mainly in the open combat world. And the one that I'm probably going to recommend the best for combat is going to be the Festering Gel. It is really nice if you are somebody who has played Destiny 2. Warlock with Well of Radiance just puts down that like a little circle and everyone gets a bunch of health from it and good damage reduction. It's the exact same thing. This thing is absolutely insane and I love it a whole hell of a lot. You also have your territory deviants, and the big one that I really recommend looking for this one is going to be the Digby Boys. They're going to help you get all of those mineral materials, different like gravel, iron ore, all those ores and everything. And the way that you're able to find this is by finding silver ore. Now, you are able to find silver ore around tin ore. It'll be kind of a different shade of rock that kind of looks similar, but it is significantly different. You just have to, usually do the same thing, just kind of like break it down, and you have a chance to get one of those Digby Boys. Again, these Digby Boys are absolutely amazing for just constantly making sure that you aren't having to just be the one constantly running around getting those different ores. And finally, it's going to be the gadget deviants, just for the fact that they are going to just kind of like sit there in the box, but they're going to create materials that then you can take to your workbench and create these little vials that will give you buffs whenever you're throughout the world. My favorite one is the one for spring legs. It adds a lot of like great just like mobility in your combat and everything. I just think it's a really cool part of the build crafting aspect of this, survival looter shooter. And that's pretty much it. That's 5 tips that I think that will really help you out whenever you're starting up the game. I am going to be creating a whole lot more videos, just kind of like making different things, helping out, talking about Deviants in a little bit more of a long-winded form, talking about weapons, talking about like how you should farm certain silos for like XP and everything. I'm pretty excited for Once Human and everything that's coming about with it. But thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you guys really enjoy it. Again, make sure you're giving a thumbs up down below and commenting something you're interested in seeing. It really does help us out in the algorithm. Also subscribe and become a member to help support the channel a little bit more. And follow me over on YouTube and Twitter at Byrdman778. Guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a great night, day, whatever it may be.